Holy cow! Holy cow!
I know I'm muted. I'm sorry. My name is Kat Abagazawa. I'm running for Congress in the 9th District of Illinois. I am joined by my cat Heater in the background and also my mom. And we are here to do another stream. This is a series of our trial period for fundraising via streaming. Basically, I thought the way a lot of campaigns get their money, which is through calling rich people day in and day out, is toxic. And a lot of candidates are told they have to do this. In fact, if you want to run for office, one of the first things you'll be asked is, how many people can you call for money on day one? And when candidates are like, oh, this is soul sucking and I hate doing it, they're told this is what you have to do. This is how campaigns get their money. And I don't think that has to be true. So for the next, I think we're on week 2, for the next 2 weeks, we're doing a trial period to see if we can fundraise more money doing this than campaigns would traditionally do with call time. And if you want to support the campaign, you can donate at catforillinois.com/stream. I don't know how mirroring works. There we go, catforillinois.com/stream. And we will be able to shout out your name. You'll hear this sound that says holy cow, which you might have heard in the background earlier. We were supposed to have Jamel Hill on today as our guest, but she had a conflict, and so she'll be coming on another time. So for the next hour, it'll just be me and my mom over here. Hi, Mom. And we're going to play Whisper of the House, which is a cozy game that I played last week, I believe. We have some music not from from Asha's playlist. And then Cameron Kasky will be joining later. So let's get into the game. Huh? Oh, wait, we have updates. Thank you, Asha. Asha's always got me going. So right now, petitioning is over on October 26th. Petitioning is when we're collecting signatures to get on the ballot. We have been doing this since September 5th, and it ends on October 26th. So you can get involved. There are tons of volunteer opportunities in our Discord server, both local and remote. You can join at discord.gg/catforillinois. We need your help with petitioning, gathering signatures. If you're a notary in Illinois, you can come by our office on Wednesday to help notarize these petitions. And we really just want to make sure that we get as many signatures as possible, because when you go through confirming these signatures, a lot of them will get challenged. We want to make sure that we're on the ballot. So volunteer at discord.gg/catforillinois. Another update is tomorrow we will be holding, or I and some other organizers and protesters and community leaders will be holding a press conference at the Broadview Processing Center in Broadview, Illinois. This is where ICE headquarters its operations in the Chicago area. You've probably seen my updates about Broadview over the last few weeks. You've probably seen that video of an ICE officer throwing me to the ground. And the reason we are out there is because ICE is committing crimes against humanity in this facility. This is a processing center, so people are not supposed to be there for more than 12 hours at a time. They are being held for days or even weeks at a time. They are denied beds, they are denied hot meals, they are denied hygienic products. I watched once as detainees were marched into a van in the same clothes they were detained in. We've heard about mothers and
Holy
grandmothers
cow.
sleeping on the concrete of dozens of people in a single cell. And elected officials, despite the law, are not being allowed by ICE to inspect this facility.
Holy cow.
In addition to that, ICE has erected a fence to block off a public street that the Broadview Fire Department has demanded come down. And they won't take it down, and it's endangering the lives of protesters, of the businesses in the area, of the press, and of the families that are trying to get to their family members in that facility to deliver medication or just check on their legal status. So our demands are transparency to allow elected officials to inspect this facility without ICE intervention, accountability for ICE agents who have brutalized
Holy
others, from
cow.
detainees to protesters to the press,
Holy
as well
cow.
as the taking down the fence in Broadview. It's this gate that is on a public street that, once again, the
Holy
fire
cow.
department has demanded come down. Right now, they're erecting a free speech area for protesters to be in rather than tearing that gate down. I don't like the idea of a free speech area because it implies that the area around it does not have First Amendment rights, which, as far as I know about the Constitution, that isn't correct. So we're holding this press conference. We have our demands. We have elected officials coming to join us. We have community leaders. We have people who have been impacted by ICE. We are going to share our experiences and insist that this come down. I don't like the fact... Is something going on? Turning down the sound. We can't just keep accommodating ICE. ICE is supposed to accommodate our rights, not the other way around. So you can join us at 1930 Beach Street, 9 a.m. You can encourage your elected officials to come out. We've been putting a call out for elected officials and community leaders to join us. 1930 Beach Street, 9 a.m. Safety tips. These protests have been rough. ICE has been operating like it's a war zone, except they are the only combatants and they don't give a damn about the Geneva Convention. Hopefully, because this is a press conference, because they have their free speech zone and this gate that they have put up that apparently protects these agents, even though all they've done is terrorize the community, not just protesters, not just the detainees, but the people of Broadview and the people of the Chicago area. It won't escalate, but I encourage people to, bring a buddy, make sure that you're being safe, check your risk level, and keep an eye on the people around you. We are here to demand action from our leaders. If now isn't the time to use your political power to insist on something happening, I don't know when is. I just got back from DC. I flew in for one day. I was on a panel for a conference where we talked about Democrats' way forward, and it was with my former boss, Mehdi Hassan, as well as a former comms leader in Kamala Harris's campaign, Bavik, who's incredible. And we talked about the lack of accountability for Democrats when it comes to Gaza and their unwillingness to engage with the topic in the last election. We talked about AIPAC, and I insisted that AIPAC, which is now involved in my race, which is fundraising for one of my opponents, it needs to have the same connotation in Democratic politics as the NRA. And we really talked about how this issue isn't going away, and once journalists can get into Gaza, once investigators can get into Gaza, everyone's going to pretend they were against this the whole time. But if we really want to win, if we really want to engage with voters, we have to recognize what is happening. And we have to recognize that what we are willing to do to others, it will eventually happen here. We are already seeing ICE use similar tactics and technology as what is happening to civilians in Gaza. It's really important that we stand up for what we believe in. And for me, that is that civilians don't deserve to die, that no child should go to bed hungry, that everyone, regardless of what flag they live under, what nationality they are, what religion they observe, deserves a safe life. And I don't think that should be controversial. And then, why does this just say who is Kat?
Oh, it's left over from something else.
Asha made a little presentation to make sure that I am updated on what is happening. Oh, also, this Friday, we're doing a bracelet making workshop, so that's tomorrow at our campaign office, 7016 North Clark Street. Come by, make some bracelets. I'll be there. It's a lot of fun. And then on Saturday, we are doing a coat drive and car wash. So if you have any leftover winter clothes, come bring them by. You can find information at catforillinois.com/events for both of those events. So let's get into some games. Oh, yeah, we got some donors to shout out. And if you want to get a shout out like them, you can do so. Donate at catforillinois.com/stream.
Sean C.
Sean C, thank you so much for your donation.
John K.
John K, thank you so much for your donation.
Daniel C.
Daniel C donated our average donation, which is $32, because even with tens of thousands of donors, our average donation is still just $32. So thank you so much.
Benjamin B.
Benjamin B with $4.20. Nice.
Olivia L.
Olivia L, thank you so much for your donation.
Joseph X.
Joseph S, thank you so much for your donation.
Holy cow.
Larry G, thank you for your donation. Asha had a hard time saying your name for some reason.
I was gonna say Gary. Roberto M.
Roberto M, thank you so much for your donation. Mom, someone said they'll donate if you flash a peace sign. Can you flash a peace sign? You gotta donate now. Wow. Keith G, thank you so much for your donation. Dean Y, thank you for your donation.
Evan Y.
Evan Y, are y'all related? We don't know.
You'll never know. And Matthew S. with $6.
And Matthew S with a $69 donation. Nice. Also, Mac Truck asked, can you explain us what petitioning is? What is the purpose? Who receives a petition? Perhaps even an example. So yeah, petitioning is something that happens in pretty much every election. Basically, you have like these forms with empty blanks in them, and you go to people in your district and you say, hey, would you like to see me on the ballot? If so, please sign my petition. And basically what it is they are just saying that they would like to have you as an option to vote for in your election, which our primary is on March 17th. Every candidate has to do this. Each race is different in their minimum number of signatures. Asha, what's our minimum again for signatures? 1,200 something? It's less than 2,000 signatures, but you want to get extras on there. And then you bring them, you file to run for, like officially run for office to be on the ballot on the 26th is when we're filing. You go to the Capitol and you're like, hey, I want to be on the ballot. And then there's like a whole thing where some campaigns will challenge your petitions and some of them will get thrown out because someone doesn't live in your district, or sometimes people try to sign for someone else and then both of those signatures get thrown out. These are just some common issues that often happen in petitioning. So every candidate has to do this. It is a lot of stuff that you just do, and we have a lot of great volunteers that have been helping do that. If you're a volunteer and you've been helping us petitioning, thank you so much, and let us know in the chat. Also, someone asked about my my shirt. It says 1964 Ford Mustang. It was from a thrift store. It's a little crop top that Ben got me at a thrift store. All right, we are pausing the music. I gotta be real, y'all. Loud. It's been a weird day in the last few weeks. There we go. Awesome. You're so good at setting this up. For the last few weeks, every time that we go to Broadview, it's just been kind of like the anxiety compounds. And even though tomorrow is like a press conference, it's this anxiety that you get. And so like I arrived at home after dinner with my mom, and like during dinner I was getting weird, and there we go. And I came and Asha was like, hey, you okay? And honestly, just starting with a little cozy game is exactly what I needed. So thank you so much for joining me. This is a game called Whisper of the House. It's really cute. It's like if you ever played Unpacking, it's like that, except more decorating. Do y'all want to see some of my little houses? Asha, do you want to see my little house? I have so many little houses now. Do I want to what? Sure.
Holy cow.
All right, I will turn the game volume down just a little bit. How's that? And then holy cow is still loud. Okay. Dean Y, thank you for your donation. David R, thank you so much for your donation. David G, thank you for your donation. And David M with a recurrent. We got so many Davids over here. All right, let me know how volume is, y'all. And I'll show you Heater if she comes out. That's up to her. Let me pull up my little chats. Yay, volume balance is awesome. We love to hear that. I want to know what happened with Heater and her old foster mom. So for those who don't know, I got my cat at the Brooklyn Cat Cafe. Ben and I both got her there. And she had feline leukemia, and they said she'd been in the shelter for 18 months. And she was really shy. And then when we brought her home, she just like immediately opened up. It was so cute. This is one of my little houses. Everyone say, look how cute my house is. Asha, look how cute my house is.
Sorry, oh, your house is very cute.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Mom. So she had been in the shelter for like a year and 6 months, and we were like, oh, I can't believe she was in this little room because she has feline leukemia, so she was in there for a while. And she can only be in like one little ward. But we actually learned when I was running for office that that wasn't the case. So I was on CityCast, which is a local Chicago podcast, and Heater kept being super loud with a paper bag, and as she loves to do. And so I was like, baby, you can't keep doing that. That's so freaking loud. Heater, stop. And then the producer jumped in and she was like, I used to have a foster cat named Heater, which is a very unique name. So I was like, from the Brooklyn Cat Cafe? And she was like, yes. And I was like, did she have feline leukemia? And it turns out her foster mom lives like down the street from us in Chicago, despite fostering Heater in Brooklyn like 2 years ago. And that Heater wasn't in the shelter the whole time. She was like learning how to be loved, which is just beautiful. What is this game? Whisper of the House. And now Michelle is our is like our babysitter if we need her, if my mom's not there. If you want to support the stream and support someone who really loves her cat, you can do so at capraillinois.com/stream, and then I can chat you out. I can feel my blood pressure going down, which is great. Wait. Yay. It's like, it's so weird, the anxiety that we get every Friday going to Broadview. It's just like, so many bad things have happened there. And I really hate the idea that we're supposed to capitulate and be like, well, now we need to accommodate ICE and have a free speech zone so that way ICE can keep doing their crimes. And it's like, I don't think that's what we should be doing here. I think we should be saying it's not okay to hurt people and that we should respect our constitutional rights. How we feeling today, chat? Also, you can pet little cats in this game. Look. Yay. Have they taken the fence down yet? No, they created a free speech zone so that way people can protest within ICE's comfort level. Do I want to make a soft and fragrant little buns? That sounds cute. Let's do that. This game is Whisper of the House. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about the flotilla. So Israeli forces have intercepted part of the Global Summit flotilla. No, I don't want to go out there. Sorry, the Global Summit flotilla. I actually interviewed one of the people on there, which her name is Jess. She is from Illinois. She is a veteran and a teacher. And I haven't heard any update. Have you, Asha? Yeah, Jess is really incredible. She is a mother. She cares about delivering aid to the children of Gaza, and now she's somewhere, and I hope she's safe. Where's Heater? Oh my god, guys. This is so cute. Oh yeah, full screen. There she is. She's hanging out with my mom. Do y'all have any questions for my mom? Drop questions for my mom in the chat.
Holy
You can stay
cow.
over there, Mom. You don't have to come over. That holy cow sound was someone donating to the campaign, and you can donate too and support the campaign and fundraising via stream, which now Gavin Newsom seems to. At least he's playing Fortnite this Friday with Connery's pants. So, like I said earlier, we said this last week. We did it first. Donate at capraillinois.com/stream. Mom, any fun stories about me? Pick one of me when I was young. The people want to know. My mom said she thinks it's funny that I was a coxswain for a boys rowing team. We went to nationals. Everyone was like 6 foot at least, but pretty much all of them were taller, and I am 5 feet tall. Yeah, so we have like sandbags to weigh you down, but they'll only give you five pounds worth, and so a lot of teams bring like. My game plan is, oh yeah, thank you. So you bring like professional weights, but my team didn't, and so we just found a bunch of rocks and duct taped them together, and then the guys would have to carry them with me because I could not carry 20 pounds.
Holy cow.
What windows do we want to do? That's nice.
Holy cow.
Oh, my mom said I was a really good kid. That's very nice, Mom. Very talkative. Ever played The Sims? Yeah, I would like fall into like a weird Sims hole all the time as a kid, and then yeah, I would just like really. Oh, these are really nice comments about my mom. Mom, why'd you name me Catherine? After Catherine Graham and Catherine Hepburn, right? Yeah. So Catherine Graham and Catherine Hepburn, which is funny because both of them spell it Katharine, but I think y'all were just like, she's got enough problems with spelling with that last name. Yeah, so it's interesting that you chose those two, especially considering like our family, and I feel like Catherine Hepburn would not have been as popular with yeah, didn't he want to name me after a girl who had a 4.0 in college? Yeah, that's some immigrant dad shit. Astrid. Yeah. And my middle name is because that was my mom's favorite doll, Marie. I don't want to make a bakery. I'm going to go back to the other thing. No. Go back. Okay. Like the stream. Donate at capraillinois.com/stream. I haven't heard a holy cow in a second, y'all. Sorry, I'm low energy. Like I said, anxiety. I'll feel better after tomorrow. It's like, just to be totally honest, we have like compounding anxiety after all these weeks abroad. I feel like every week just getting... It gets more intense every week, and it gets scarier, and you just keep getting hurt. And you have to know that all of the people that are in that facility are doing worse and being brutalized even more, and it's just like it's a lot. And then I'm coming on here and being like, yay, stream, which like is very fun, but you know, it's a lot. Your last name must have been the first in alphabetical order in most classes. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, after 9/11, didn't y'all consider changing our last name to Abbott? Because if we're gonna change our last name, it better be still be first in the alphabet. Yeah, I don't really want to be like Greg Abbott. On the topic of interior decoration, what do you think about the Oval Office? I think we need more gold, you know? Everything should be more gold. Yeah, we need more appliques, we need more gold, we need more... Live, laugh, love. You know what? We're gonna go to Hades 2. I'm feeling it.
Ready?
For Hades 2? Yeah. I'm ready, y'all.
Make sure.
Full cam.
Do you want to
Yeah, let's shout out some donors. If you want to be one of these donors that gets shouted out, donate at catforillinois.com/stream.
John L.
John L, thank you so much for your donation.
Daniel T.
Daniel T with 69, thank you so much, and nice.
Adrian.
Adrian P, thank you. Francis T, thank you so much for your donation.
Jennifer C.
Jennifer C, thank you for your donation.
Chase K.
Chase K, thank you.
And Dominic L. with C.
And Dominic L with $69. Nice. Fantastic. My mom just asked what's the deal with 69. Who wants to explain it? Asha?
Oh, I don't.
You know 69, Mom. Yeah.
Really. Oh, okay.
Okay, I just do web react?
Yeah, there you go.
I just did web react.
Web react.
Guys, donate at catforillinois.com/stream. How about this? We got 30 minutes. I can kill Typhon in this time. But y'all gotta donate at catforillinois.com/stream. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I do have to talk about Moros about getting this cool tool. One sec. MJ asked, would you support legislation to stop payments into Congress while the government is shut down? Yeah, I mean, I think if government employees aren't being paid, that includes Congress. I also think that, I know some people say that Congress shouldn't be paid at all. I think that keeps people that are lower income from being in Congress. I say as one of those lower income people. It's the reason that a lot of lower income people don't run for office, like local office, because a lot of them are unpaid. But I do think that Congress's pay, instead of just completely getting rid of it, is if you're going to raise Congress's pay, it needs to be tied to the federal minimum wage. All right, now we're getting into it. I never feel more like myself than when I'm playing Hades 2 or hanging out with Heater. Here we go. My mom just said, there she goes, which felt kind of derogatory. Mom, who's your favorite Hades character?
Holy
My mom just said that one.
I don't even know what Hades.
I mean, this is who I want to...
I know Mario Kart.
My mom says I know Mario Kart. So...
And Pokemon.
And Pokemon. That is true. She... OG Pokemon. We used to have a... My mom can name all the 150 original Pokemon. We used to have this puzzle when I was a kid where with all the Pokemon, and she would do it with us. So she knows all the original Pokemon. And honestly, Snorlax was a great explainer for my narcolepsy. Y'all got questions for my mom? Let me know. I'll relay them to her. She's in the back. They want to know what's your favorite Pokemon, Mom. My mom says Charizard. Sometimes she says Snorlax, but you can have multiple. Are you going to play Pokemon ZA when it comes out? Yes. Legends Arceus was one of my faves. Why am I not getting any rare ones? Okay, fine. I don't think she can do the poke rap, but she knows what the poke rap is. You remember the poke rap, right, Mom? Yeah. I'm getting distracted here. I'm not gonna ask that, guys. We're not talking about Jinx here. What was your Mom? What was your first reaction when I told you I was running for Congress?
I always thought
She said, "Great. I always thought you'd be great in politics, but I didn't know you'd do it this soon." I
Holy
wanted to be in
cow.
politics when I was a kid, and then I wanted to be the first female Republican president, and then I realized that's insane, and decided against that. And then wanted to be an astronaut, and then I got narcolepsy, and so I was like journalist or diplomat, and did not want to be in Congress. But now I'm just sick of watching our leaders do nothing, and so my mom said she was kind of worried about my safety. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my mom likes Ninetales too. Ninetales is great. Mom, what was your dream job? Yeah. But what was your dream job? What was your dream job? Yeah. My mom would love to be a professor of anthropology. I thought you were going to say helicopter pilot.
Oh, well, yeah, but I got...
Yeah, she was training to be for search and rescue. My mom was training to be a helicopter pilot, and then she got pregnant with my brother, so y'all can blame him for that and not me. I know, she should have a headset, but she said she didn't want to be in there, so she is welcome to just hang out back there, and I'll relay your questions. Guys, is it cheating if I just restart again? These boons are dog shit. I'm gonna do one of the chaos trials. I'm having a rough day, you know? I'm having a rough day. I get to do a chaos trial. Do we have any shout outs?
Yes, we do.
All right, we got some shout outs.
Jonathan B.
Jonathan B, thank you so much for your donation.
Colton F.
Colton
Holy
S, thank you for your
cow.
donation. If y'all want to be like Jonathan B and Colton S, you can donate at caprillinois.com/stream.
Mark S.
Mark S with $250. Damn, Mark S, thank you.
Zachary.
Zachary D, thank you for your donation.
Neil.
Neil S, thank you.
And Clayton Pack.
And Clayton Paxson with 69. Nice. If y'all want to donate like them, you can donate at caprillinois.com/stream. I can't stress this enough that your donations make this
Holy
campaign
cow.
work. So thank you so much. That's what that holy cow sound is. And hell yeah, Mark S. Hell yeah. We love to see it. Guys, the new chaos design is so fucking sick. Yeah. This isn't the cozy game. This is the game where they're like, what's your favorite character? Yeah, the graphics are gorgeous. So the original game, I'm talking to my mom, by the way. The original game was very beautiful and very fun. And I was like, I don't think this could get better. And then the new, like the sequel, which is this game, is so much better, which is crazy. And that's not even
Holy
a
cow.
dig at the original game. It's just so good. Donate at caprillinois.com/stream and get a holy cow sound. Hades is like, what if Greek mythology was somehow more thirsty? I would say it's exactly as thirsty as Greek mythology is. Also, it's queer, and that's cool. How's Heater doing over there? She's so cute. Guys, I had the best cat in the world. I can't believe I had never had a cat before. I know. But she's still so good. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. For Kat, have you ever played Stardew Valley? And if so, do you enjoy it? I love Stardew Valley. I have actually 100%ed Stardew Valley. But I've never modded it because I've always played it on my Switch. But I play mostly on a Steam Deck now. So I don't know if I can mod it on a Steam Deck, but I would love to try a different mod. Damn it, why did I pick this Chaos Boon? This is rough. Yay! Did I hear right that she's from the Brooklyn Cat Cafe? My cat. Yes, she is. And she is wonderful. And the Brooklyn Cat Cafe is also wonderful. And so are the many awesome animal shelters in this district. Like on bad days, I like to go to Paws and Claws and go pet the kitties. And they're very nice. Right outside the district, but the Catcade is very fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I like going there for people's birthdays.
Holy cow.
I'm in the New York City community. They got the best rescue clinic here. Yeah, their Brooklyn Cat Cafe is awesome. I love that they have an FELV clinic. So Heater has feline leukemia, and a lot of times shelters will just put feline leukemia cats down, and they didn't. Is it gonna cool off in Chicago before Halloween? I am not a meteorologist. I will say that it feels like every season just kind of starts a month and a half later now because climate change. So I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt, but that would be my guess.
Holy cow.
Well, yeah, but you live in Texas. If you have questions for my mom, she's sitting in the back. This is your once in a week chance to ask my mom embarrassing questions about me.
Holy cow.
And if you want to donate to the campaign, you can do so at capitallinois.com/stream. Plug, plug, plug. Ooh, yeah. So we got some fun events that are happening this week. We have got a bracelet making workshop on Friday, as in tomorrow, at the campaign office, 7016 North Clark Street. Come hang. It'll be a lot of fun. You can find more info at capforillinois.com/events. And then we're doing a coat drive and car wash this Saturday in Evanston. And you can find more info at capforillinois.com/events. So come get your car washed and then also bring some extra winter clothes. We'll have them at our mutual aid hub in our office. So that way people can have what they need for the winter. So, yeah. What was my favorite toy as a child, Mom? And Cheeks. And also my chemistry set. Because I was a huge nerd.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I had like a microscope and a chemistry set. Oh, wait, no, that's right. My favorite toy was this Odyssey globe. All this makes me sound like a huge fucking nerd, which is correct. But still, we're all geeks in our family. So it was this globe that had like a stylus on it. And you could press like any country and it would tell who, like how many people lived there and what its national anthem was. And they'd have like little tests on there. And yeah, the Odyssey globe, it was awesome. Yeah. So, you know, I'll be good at geography as a congressperson and I'll know where things are. Also, guys, that was so clean. I didn't even become a sheep at all. I know y'all wanted me to be a sheep, but it's not going to happen. Someone said, I know that globe. Awesome. That globe was awesome. I love it. I miss it. Thoughts on Avatar: The Last Airbender? Show, great show. Mom, what is your favorite, like, messy disaster story? Yeah. I wasn't a super, like, messy disaster kid. Yeah. I think maybe when I accidentally sliced my thumb with the the glass straw in the chemistry set, and yeah, that wasn't great. Oh yeah, that was bad. An asp, like this bug, fell out of a tree and stung me. Are these boring stories for y'all? All right, we had donuts. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna plug it because Asha told me to plug it. Oh, everyone say thank you, producer Asha. CaffreyIllinois.com/stream. I'm sorry, I'm so low energy, y'all. You know, make me feel great though. Make me feel better. Donating CaffreyIllinois.com/stream. Yeah, I'm gonna be emotionally manipulative. Do I read? I don't know how to read. I wish I did though. My mom just said, "What are you talking about?" It'd be really cool if I could read. Ice, actually, the only sign that Ice took for me last week was the one that I wrote that said, if you could read this, you'd be so mad. I didn't like that one. Yes.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know how to read, so that's... My mom's like, oh my god, stop. I love sci-fi. That was like one thing that I was always reading as a kid. I love like pretty much any type of fiction. I just love stories. I think stories are the best thing that we've created as human beings. I think it's the most impactful thing we've created as human beings. And I think it's what makes us human. So I just love any type of stories. And whether that comes from movies, books, TV, comics, video games, word of mouth, I just love stories. All right. And we're going to shout out some donors. And if you want to get a shout out, you can do so at CaffreyIllinois.com/stream. Greg M., thank you so much for your donation. Jeffrey M with a $200 donation. Thank you, Jeffrey. Everyone in the chat say thank you, Jeffrey. And if you want to be like Jeffrey, donate at CaffreyIllinois.com/stream. It doesn't have to be 200. It could be 300. It could also be $2. Or it could be $200. Or 20. Or 500. Or 5. Those are the only options. I'm having a weird day, guys. Next one.
Mike W.
Mike W, thank you so much for your donation. Daniel L, thank you for your donation. And that's it for now. That was 3 donations, and we're very grateful. And let's get a few more. CaffreyIllinois.com/stream. Fast forward 12 years, you're running for president, and someone grabs a clip of you saying you can't read and puts it in in a negative ad. Okay, a few things there. If it's a written ad, I don't know how I'm going to read it. Second, no, I don't want to run for president. That sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot. Asha, would you run for president? No. Would you run for Congress after working on this campaign? No. Asha said no.
Everybody always jokes like, oh my god, Asha cat ticket when? Leave me alone.
Asha said, everyone always jokes Asha cat ticket when? Leave me alone. That's so real though. No, this is like the most rewarding thing I've ever done, but also the most exhausting thing I've ever done. I don't know how people run for like Senate, and especially Senate in like a big state. It's a lot of traveling, but also it's just like the way that our political system is right now. You have to be constantly doing this. It's so much. Your family's under a microscope. Your cat is under a microscope. You are also under a microscope. And if you don't know how to read, it's really hard to be able to know what's going on in the experiment. Someone said any fiction book, Rex? Yeah, Red Rising. Read the Red Rising series.
I literally fucking called it.
No. What'd you say? She'll respond, but I'm 99% sure she'll say Red Rising. I'm rereading Red Rising right now. It goes so hard. It goes so hard, y'all. You're going to read the first book and you're going to be like, oh, this is like YA Hunger Games shit, and then it becomes very clear. Like, it's a fun read, but then you read the second book and you're like, oh, so he did that so he could get a book deal and to write the most insane space opera about eugenics and fascism of all time. It goes so hard. It goes so hard. Read Red Rising. Yeah, if you're proud of Asha, if you were like, wow, that's crazy that she predicted that, you should donate at capforillinois.com/stream. Because donating at capforillinois.com/stream, because Asha is great, also means that Asha gets paid. Because we have to have money, so we have to pay her. Donate at capforillinois.com/stream to pay producer Asha. Also, someone said, I'm reading Dark Age. It's crazy. Dark Age is the most insane book I've ever read. That's the, so you have like the original trilogy of Red Rising and then you have the tetralogy afterwards. And yeah, this is my stream. I could talk about whatever I want, Asha.
I'm laughing at Will.
And it's, and Dark Age, there's like so much book in that book. I was reading it and I was just like, Jesus Christ, the entire time. It's great. Donate to pay Asha and maybe to get a tutor to teach Kat how to read. How am I reading these comments? It's a really great question. No one asked that. I just want you to know that there's some weird business going on here. Asha's got an earpiece.
I literally was just, somebody asked that. I was covering.
Okay, how do we have the same brain?
Yeah, I was like,
We are the same person. Asha's a figment of all of our imaginations. Asha should read Red Rising. Asha doesn't know how to read.
doesn't know how to read. I'll just get her degree.
Asha's getting her degree, doesn't know how to read.
Holy cow.
And if you want to teach Asha and I how to read, you guys have to donate at capforillinois.com/stream. And it's gonna be like, okay, do you not? All the ironic kids are gonna love it. And now the ironic kids are like 40, so. If someone actually tried to make an attack ad on that, that would be so funny.
What do you know about,
Holy cow.
Who?
wait, are we allowed to talk about public?
I would need to know some more info beforehand. Oh yeah, yeah, the Leah Michelle can't read thing.
Okay, so we can't talk about. Have you seen that docuseries?
No.
Oh my god.
But I know the meme because I used to really love Glee in middle school. I would watch it every Tuesday night.
Holy cow.
My mom is describing, or Asha's describing to my mom about how Leah Michelle can't read.
I'm not a conspiracy, but I love that.
All right, get us some more questions from my mom before Cameron comes on. Is he coming on?
Yeah, he asked. I said you would.
Okay, cool. 666.
Holy
Are you excited for the
cow.
new Taylor? Is there another Taylor Swift album coming out? Does she? Damn, she's always doing stuff. She's always doing stuff.
Holy cow.
I didn't expect 10 minutes of riffing off the reading thing. Look, if you don't want a representative that does bits, you're in the wrong place, bucko. It's the Cyclops from the Odyssey. Yeah, no, Odysseus has like a huge chip on his shoulder for it. And Odysseus is also really hot in this game, which is cool. What food did I hate to eat as a kid, Mom? Sandwiches, true. I mean, like, it's, like, I love, like, a good grilled chicken sandwich. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, my parents were older when they had me. And so they just kind of, like, I ate what they ate and did what they did and read what they read. I had a very sophisticated palate. And so, like, I just didn't eat a lot of, like, kids' foods. So, yeah. That's just the way we were. And so like when it came to like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and also Salem, my older brother, he loved peanut butter. And when you have like an older sibling and they're like, this is my thing, it can't be your thing. No. Dang it. No, my death defiance. I mean, I guess I'll just have it till they go away. Just a really annoying thing. So we got donors to shout out. And if you want to be one of these donors, you can donate at capforillinois.com/stream. Thomas K with a $69 donation. Nice. Melissa A, thank you so much for your donation. Larry G, thank you for your donation. Tom W, thank you for your donation. Harry T, thank you for your donation. Lisbon M, thank you. We see Lisbon sometimes. Lisbon, we love you. Gene Evanston, good on you for organizing a car wash / winter clothing drive in Evanston this Saturday, October 4th. Hope to stop by, drop off clothing before I go to work Saturday morning. Thank you for the plug. Yeah, drop by at Double Clutch Brewing to get your car washed and donate some winter clothes in your closet so people can get what they need for the winter. We'll have it at our campaign office. Like we'll have the clothes at our campaign office, which doubles as a mutual aid hub. If you want to support our efforts with that of making our campaign office a community space, you can donate at capforillinois.com/stream. Yeah, drop by. And actually, this wasn't me that organized this. This was our Capra Illinois Youth Advisory Council, or Kayak, and that was their idea, and they put it all together. We love Kayak. Yeah, Kayak is awesome. High school to like to college, yeah, and like 25, I think, is our cutoff. So I can't be in it because I'm old. 26. Wow, Asha. Asha said I'm old. She said you're an old crone, and I hate working for you. You're always calling women crones. What are your favorite podcasts? I listen to a lot of Behind the Bastards. I'm actually not a huge podcast person. I like some podcasts. I also don't watch a lot of video, which is kind of ironic considering that's what a lot of my career has been, is making video. It just doesn't really compute in my head as well as reading something. So sometimes instead of watching a video, I will go to the description in YouTube and read the transcript, which I know is psychopath behavior, and that's okay by me. That's also going to get clipped out of context. Great. But Behind the Bastards is great. I think what I need is like a narrator whose voice kind of like registers in my ears better. So like audiobooks are really hit or miss for me. Yes. And I love Robert. I'm also partial to podcasts I've been on, like Bastards. Yeah, sure. Sure. My mom's favorite podcast. This sounds like a cult. All right, y'all. Wait, Asha, while I'm doing that, can you get some more hot water? Or Mom, can you get me some more hot water? Thank you, Madre.
Make sure you quit Hades. Ready to blow.
Yes. Wait, I have to get to a new stopping point then. Will said our favorite podcast is the Joe Rogan Experience. The Joe Rogan Experience. I can't pause this until I do this. One sec. It's bullshit. That's a good pod. I wanted to do a podcast about women that were considered promiscuous through history and cool stuff they did. And then I decided to run for Congress. Yeah, it was between that or like doing like what we were calling culture war games, which was a stream about like right-wing misinformation. And yeah, so this is what I'm doing instead of that. Oh, yep, full screen. So hi, Cameron's gonna be coming on in a second, and in the meantime, I just want to we're kind of like decompressed from weird anxiety earlier. Thank you for staying with me as I learned how to read. I really appreciate y'all joining us on this stream journey. Basically, for those who are new here, I think that the way that we do a lot of campaign fundraising is toxic. A lot of how campaigns get a huge chunk of, if not the majority of their money, is with this thing called call time. And call time is literally when you just sit in a room and call rich people for hours on end, some that you know and some that you don't. Every candidate, unless they are a full psychopath, hates doing it, but it is how they spend a lot, if not most of their time. I don't think it has to be that way, despite the fact that when you ask, is there any reason or any way we can not do this? Everyone just says, well, it's what you have to do. What if we just stopped assuming that's true? What if we tried something different? And so I was like, maybe there's a way that we can fundraise and also still have fun and also interact with people. To be clear, we don't do the more traditional type of call time. What we do is we call people that have donated and update them on the campaign. That's our first priority, and say, you know, hey, if you'd like to donate again, X amount would pay for Y expense, and we'd love to keep you in the loop on what's happening there.
Holy cow.
But I prefer, like, a lot of it is leaving voicemails, which I don't mind. But I would much rather be like interacting with people. I mean, running for office is kind of an extrovert's dream, and also like interacting with voters and even donors, as many of y'all on here have donated before and are donating right now. And so we had this idea, specifically Asha and I, of making this live stream and seeing if we can raise as much, if not more, money doing call time. And so we're doing, this is week 2 of a 4-week trial period, and if it works, we'll keep doing it. So far, it's been working, but we need your help to make sure that still happens. And you can donate at catforillinois.com/stream. If you are sick of campaigns being funded by closed doors, behind closed doors, and relying on rich people, especially as oligarchs amass more and more power, then you can chip in even $1, $5, $10, our average donation of $32. That makes a difference. That holy cow sound is someone shipping in at catforillinois.com/stream. And that's really fucking cool. You're being a part of something new. I mean, we're already seeing, and I'm sure we will see more politicians playing video games, or streaming on Twitch, or trying these. I mean, it's basically, as someone said last stream, it's like both a fundraiser, but also a town hall. And I think one of the things that, thank you, Mom. One of the things that we're not seeing enough from our leaders is the ability to speak without a script, without putting every message through 5 different consultants before it makes its way to you, being able to talk about things that they actually care about off the cuff and just genuinely. So if this is what you want to see from your politicians, flexibility and transparency, openness and honesty, and creative and new ideas, you can donate at catforillinois.com/stream. And if everyone here donated $1, that'd be really fucking cool, and we'd hear a lot of holy cows at the same time, and I think it'd be really funny. And see, that's one holy cow. Imagine if we had 10 of them going off at one time. It would be really chaotic. It would be going into my headphones, and I'd get really overwhelmed, and that would be funny. No one else in this room can hear it because it just goes through my headphones, and so I would look crazy. catforillinois.com/stream. Let's do it. And I'm gonna call Cameron.
Whoa! Before you call Cameron.
What?
A bunch of donors to shout out.
Oh wait, no, we have donors to shout out.
Donors to shout out. GNC.
Sorry?
GNC.
Jan?
It's J-E.
Holy
Jean,
cow.
thank you so much for your donation.
Kathleen O with
Kathleen O with the $69 donation. Nice.
David G.
David G, thank you so much for your donation.
Anthony C.
Anthony C with $4.20. Nice.
Terry M.
Terry M, thank you so much for your donation.
Alex G.
Alex G, thank you for your donation.
And V again with $1,000.
And V or Vi with $1,000 again. Holy cow. Thank you so much. This is, Mom, you want to say holy cow into the mic? Yeah, come up here. You gotta come up. You gotta come up and say holy cow. You're just talking to here. Holy cow.
Holy cow.
Holy cow.
Holy cow.
Holy cow.
Holy cow.
That was for you, Vi. Thank you so much. Gotta grab something real quick. One sec.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. V is like a repeat donor,
Holy
and
cow.
they're always in the chat. They said they had a bad day at work because they were getting gendered, and they had a great time.
Oh, Vi, I'm sorry that you had a bad day at work, and that you got misgendered. That really sucks. That really, really sucks. And I hope that you're having a better day. And is it Vi or V? Like, please give
Holy
us the
cow.
phonetic pronunciation here. Yeah, please tell us. And let's say.
Holy cow.
Ooh, I love this. As a trailblazer for stream time. Wait, that's actually so cute. Stream time instead of call time. You could
Holy
introduce
cow.
terminology like dollar brigade for a group of people donating $1 at the same time. That is so cute. I love this idea. Drop your stream time terminology ideas in the chat. Let's make some ideas. Also, like things that you'd like to see, not just games, but like other things you'd like to see. We're actually planning on having 2 constituents from the district
Holy cow.
that are their husbands are really sweet, and one of them is like a master embroiderer, and so we're both going to be doing embroidery projects, and we're going to have a second camera on that. But if you have any ideas for other things you'd like to see, let us know, and let us know your stream time pitches in the chat. Violet, that's so cute. Violet, that was one of my favorite books as a kid, was Series of Unfortunate Events. Violet was like my icon. I thought she was the coolest person in the world. So I'm very fond of the name Violet.
Holy cow.
2 holy cows at the same time. Guys, can we get 4 holy cows at the same time? Donating $1, 4 holy cows. Holy cow. You good? I am ready. Now I can see myself.
Holy cow.
Full screen? Or pop out?
Holy cow.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Hold on, we're changing it.
Let me in. Got it.
No. This is great.
Can stream hear him?
Stream, can you hear Cameron? I can't hear Cameron.
Oh wait, shit. I wanted to do full.
There we go.
Shit. Stop. Sorry. Oh my god. Guys, I'm panicking.
Blue, I'm not sure what happened. I think it might have been adjusted for the phone when you called earlier.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you, producer Asha.
Holy
Sorry, Cameron.
cow.
Look at that handsome smile. I know, I can see it. You guys can't see it. You don't get to see real-time tech stuff.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Are donations from this stream going to something specific? That's a great question. Right now we're focused on petitioning, and then we have our field operation coming up. Today we're saying it's for paying Asha.
Today it's to pay me.
Today it's to pay Asha. Also, if you're in Illinois, you should join us tomorrow morning for our press conference at the Broadview Processing Center at 1930 Beach Street. We are trying to get community members and elected leaders out there to demand transparency and demand accountability for ICE agents who have brutalized both
Holy
protesters
cow.
and... Close enough.
It's good.
Cool. There we go. Hi, Cameron. I can't hear you.
Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow.
He's frozen. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to full cam. We'll figure it out. Oh, yeah, sorry. The money for today isn't going to pay Asha. It's going to teach us how to read. Is Heater still over? Oh my god, guys, Heater's still over here.
Holy cow.
Look at her. She's a little cinnamon roll. He's still frozen. He's so sleepy. She's just like me. If you're narcoleptic, by the way, getting a cat is like the best thing you can do.
Holy cow.
I don't know.
Coming.
He's coming.
While he's coming, let's.
Shout out some donors.
Um,
Oh wait, real quick, we do have a question from my mom. Mom, what was one of your favorite Halloween costumes for me? Yeah. When I was Sarah Connor from Terminator? That was my 5th grade costume. Oh, yeah, I loved Spy Kids, so I was dressed up as Carmen, but sparkly. When I was 3, I told her I wanted to be sparkly Carmen. And then my mom just made it happen. She was like, okay. Let me sparkly Carmen. Donors. David G, thank you so much for your donation again.
Liam G.
Liam G, thank you for your donation.
William B.
William B, thank you. Susan C, thank you. Was that you, Mom?
Chiron A.
Chiron A, thank you for your donation.
Michael T.
Michael T, thank you. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get Cameron on here.
I think just keep.
Okay.
Text. If it's on our end or his.
Yeah.
We don't.
I think that might be it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, it was.
Yeah.
You here?
Yes, we can hear you.
Tell Blue I told
Oh
him so.
my god.
Yeah.
You fucking
I'm
did
so
it.
sorry, Blue. We gotta blame you on this one. There we go. Amazing. Shout out producer Asha. Oh, that was on me. One sec. Huzzah. And we'll reformat it later. Cameron, how are you?
I'm good. I just watched presumably your Chicago Cubs win.
Yes.
Was a very interesting series. We'll see how that goes for everyone. I actually want your opinion on something real quick.
Hit me.
I'm on wedding Reddit right now
Uh-huh.
because I'm back in my hometown of Parkland, Florida, where there isn't very much to do.
Instagram
And
keeps giving me wedding content. It thinks I'm getting
Holy
married.
cow.
So I'll be able to weigh in.
are you getting married?
I'm not getting married. All right now.
By what age are you like shooting for getting married?
At 65?
I'm looking for like the next 18 months, I would say. I need to find somebody first,
Okay.
but I'm thinking it's going to be less than 2 years.
Chad,
I
if you
already
want to
know it.
marry Cameron, let him know.
Yeah, hey, my my DMs are open and I'm just sick of this not being married thing and I want to still look supple and young in my wedding photos because those last forever. But anyway, so I saw this post on Wedding Reddit about my Gen Z sister attempting to crowdfund her wedding.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted your take on this.
Okay.
Basically, this young woman
Holy
was having a
cow.
wedding with an individual she had only known for about 1.5 years and took it to Instagram to ask for people to fund not only the wedding, but also the honeymoon. And what was interesting to me was that this wasn't just the people who were invited that were being asked for the crowdfunding. This was everybody
Holy
who follows
cow.
her, which I guess this is just like a message to people who weren't invited that they still have a chance to participate. But are you on the side of the young woman panhandling for wedding money?
No, I think that weddings are over. I love a good wedding. Don't get me wrong, but I think that the amount of money we spend on weddings is completely unhinged, and I think that if you can't afford a wedding, I get that everything is really expensive, but also I think it should be more about like, I don't know, the relationship you want to have with this person for the rest of your life. Like, have a party. That's totally fine. I saw someone have a wedding like a year after they were actually married, and they were like, "This is a celebration of our love," and I thought that was really sweet.
It's the wedding industrial complex, and
Yeah,
I know that sounds like a joke because
it's
putting
not.
industrial complex after surgery, but no, it's like there's a whole thing about this, and we're all just culturally forcing it upon one another. The
Holy
assumption that every
cow.
wedding needs to have the same like level of ornate design put into every detail. It's like, just love each other, and if you can afford it, good for
Yeah.
you. But that's all I have to say about the matter. How are you? How is politics doing?
Oh, that's I want to really address the wedding thing real quick. My
Holy
only thing
cow.
is if I get married, I want my bachelorette party to be at King Spa in Niles. And you don't know what that means, but some people in the chat do, and Asha knows what that means, and my mom also knows what that means because I took her there for her birthday this week.
What is it?
It's this insane spa in the Chicago area that's awesome. It's like $45 if you get a Groupon, and it's like a theme park but for adults, and it feels like the rest of the world doesn't exist. They have a really good food court that just gives you Korean food. They have like 8 different rooms. Like one is just like made of gold, and they're like the gold rays go into your body, and they have one that's like made of salt and one that's cold, and they also have these pools that you have to go in naked. They're gender
Have you
segregated,
done
but
like
they're
the cold
nice.
plunge thing before?
No.
It's psychotic, the cold plunge. I don't know why
Oh, the
people
cold
do
plunge.
it.
Oh yeah, there's a cold pool. We went into the cold pool.
Are you talking about the
Sasha
one
likes
where
the
it's
cold
like
plunge.
sub-zero, like
I don't know if it was
Arctic
sub-zero. It was
temperatures?
really freaking cold though. But
It's
politics
really bad.
is it's fine. You know, we're doing stuff. Learned this week
Wait,
that
no,
APAC
hold on.
is
Now you have me. Now you have me in great. I'm in Great Lakes mode now. I have a question
Yeah,
for you.
please.
In growing up where you did, like, did you guys go to Mall of America growing up? Was
I
that
grew up
too
in the
far?
South.
So you did not go to Mall
I
of
did not go to
America.
Mall of America.
Okay, well, I grew up souther than you did, and I went to Mall of America, so you have no excuse.
Okay. Well, sorry. You can blame my mom. My mom's here, and you can blame her. She didn't take me
I'm
to
not
Mall of
gonna. It's not a
America.
blame game. I'm just saying.
Cameron's blaming you,
I
mom. You can't hear him, but
I
he says he's mad at you for not taking you to Mall of America.
that is so not true. You're
Cameron
putting
is
words in my
bullying
mouth.
my mom on her birthday
Okay.
week, no less.
Well,
Her
now I feel
birthday
wait.
week.
So is it Libra season yet?
It is Libra season. My mom's Libra.
Okay, that's scary, but she seems great. Libras, the pendulum swings far for me because I would say the people who have impacted my life the most positively have been Libras, and then the people who have dealt the most damage to me. What's your sign?
Aries.
Oh, I love that for you.
Thank you. What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio, to which people always reply, "Oh, of course you are. You
I used to have at
sneak."
the bar when I bartended, people would be like, "What's your sign? I think you're this." And I would just agree no matter what it was. And they'd always leave me a great tip. And they'd be like, "That's so you. You're such a Capricorn."
What was the most common like piece of chat like that you got?
The most what?
What was the most common, like, sort of piece of casual chat people would offer you, where the thing you'd hear the most?
Hitting on me?
Was there one particular line that appeared more than the other ones?
I would hear a lot because like I didn't have my cat at this point and I wasn't obsessed with cats at this point, but this wasn't really hitting on me. But whenever I'd be like, my name's Cat, and they'd be like, do you have a cat? And I'd be like, no, I'm allergic to cats. And they'd be like, that's so ironic that you're a cat, but you're allergic to cats. And I'd be like,
That's pretty good.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Phonetically.
At least like 3 times a day. But yeah, politics is fine. We got a pack in the race now, not for me, obviously. We've got our coat drive on Saturday and car wash. The coats don't get washed, the cars do, and we take the coats to give to people in need this winter. And then tomorrow we have a bracelet making party, and then also in the morning we are going to have a press conference. I and some community leaders, not the campaign, are going to be having a press conference at the Broadview Processing Center where ICE headquarters its Chicago operations, and be like, hey, what if we stop capitulating to ICE because they're a fucking secret place?
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. There's still an APAC. I thought we kicked those guys out.
No, we
I
still
thought
got
that they were kind of done.
APAC.
Oh.
They're fundraising for one of my opponents. Also, someone said let's do away with hetero women taking their husbands' names. I agree. My last name is dope as fuck. Whoever, like, everyone should take my last name. Everyone should have the last name Abagazale. My mom said I disagree. You gave me this name.
When I get married, my spouse and I are both going to take your last name.
Yes, Cameron Abagazale.
But it rolls off the tongue. Yeah, that's so weird that IEPAC is still getting involved with races, because I feel like everybody across the board has just sort of like locked arms and been like, Get the fuck out." Like, I don't know what friends they have anymore, given that their only line of messaging at this point is that every single person who is not Donald Trump or Marco Rubio is Hamas. That's all I seem to get from them anymore. You know, they had these allies in France and Australia and the UK, and then it was just, no, you guys are Hamas, now you guys are Hamas. Now. And it's just, I can't keep track of how many Hamases there are running around as far as APEC is concerned. Did you see the thing with Jonathan Greenblatt at the ADL yesterday?
What? Them getting rid of their glossary of extremism?
No, that was definitely very ADL core. But I'm specifically referencing Kash Patel called the ADL. For anyone who doesn't know, the ADL is this group
It's the
called the
Anti-Defamation League.
Anti-Students Having the First Amendment Rights League, otherwise known as the Anti-Defamation League. They rather like defamation. It just depends on who's on the receiving end of it.
I do want to say,
Kash
to be clear, when I was at Media Matters, ADL was like, they also did a lot of work in anti-extremism and things like that. In the last like 2 years, especially with Elon Musk, it seems like Jonathan Greenblatt in particular is worried about being in the crosshairs of the right. They just got rid of their glossary of extremism. They've been doing a lot of work against students and free speech. And then Kash Patel has called them terrorists. Was that right?
Jonathan Greenblatt is going on TV after bad things happen and being like, "This is because of Hassan Piker." It's really weird, and it's strange because the ADL, when doing their job, is competent. Like, they're a resource to go to when there's a mass shooting or something, so you could figure out what online communities the shooter engaged with, things like that. Like,
Extremely.
it's this crazy situation where they have the ability to operate as a legitimate organization, but they just keep
It's like a lot of
everybody.
like press organizations where there are like a lot of incredible people that work there and like do very important work, and then you're just like they just can't, based on what leadership
It's-
or being afraid of the administration, and it's very disappointing.
Yeah, because this was widely regarded a credible source for a very long time. ADL was cited by a lot of experts and very smart, credible individuals for the work that they do researching a lot of these things. And now we've come to a point where it is just the State of Israel Defense Squad and the Anti-Student First Amendment Attack Squad. And Kash Patel came out and called the ADL a terror group. I don't remember why exactly he said this. I think it
Well,
might have been because they got rid of their extremism glossary. But they did something to piss off Kash Patel. And I was sort of like, oh, wow, these pro-Israel organizations not only capitulating to Trump, but kind of being enthusiastic cheerleaders of his has kind of blown up in the ADL's face. They were all about Trump. They were defending Elon Musk after his 2 Sig Heils that he did. Like,
sorry, that was a straight arm salute.
straight arm salute, is that what
That
they
was
call
a
it?
straight arm salute.
Was that what the ADL?
That was a straight arm salute. His
Got it.
arm just it was straight. It was in the air.
It just accidentally did
It
that
just accidentally
twice.
did that
Yeah.
twice and went to his heart and did it twice.
Well, so what happened was the ADL came out and was like, "Hey, everybody, things are tense right now. Don't jump to conclusions."
joking,
And then
by the way.
Elon started making Nazi jokes on Twitter, and the ADL had to come out and be like, "Okay, never mind. Yeah, what he's doing is bad." I was like, "Guys, we knew this was bad Nazi-esque behavior. You guys were just playing defense for it." But anyway, Kash Patel um, calls them terrorists, the ADL, and which, like, I'm one of the bigger ADL haters out there right now, and to call them a terror group is absolutely insane. It's like the most insane thing I've ever heard in a while. ADL's response: as we prepare to observe the holiest day of the year on the Jewish calendar, we have seen the statement from FBI Director Patel regarding the FBI's relationship with ADL. ADL has deep respect for the Federal Bureau of Investigation and law enforcement officers at all levels across the country who work tirelessly every single day to protect all Americans regardless of their ancestry, religion, ethnicity, faith, political affirmation, or any other point of difference. In light of an unprecedented surge of anti-Semitism, we remain more committed than ever to our core purpose to protect the Jewish people. and that was their response to being called terrorists.
Like, here's the thing. It's really frustrating. Like, I lost my job because Media Matters put out
Holy
reporting about
cow.
Elon Musk and anti-Semitic content on his website. And like, that is so much of like what anti-extremism reporting, like I and my colleagues did, is like so much of it is rooted in anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. And it's so scary. And like what I try to stress, I've had some people be like, are you worried as a Palestinian person that Jewish people won't vote for you? And I'm like, that's fucking offensive. First off, Jewish people have been like our greatest allies in fighting for equal rights. Second, like our lives and futures are intertwined. And third, like anti-Semitism hurts all of us. And most of all, of course, Jewish people. And shit like the Great Replacement Theory, which was normalized by people I covered, like Tucker Carlson, and is now just like stuff that the president says every day, has been the inspiration of pretty much every other conspiracy theory we're seeing and every mass shooting of the 21st century. And Democrats, in an effort to justify war crimes in Gaza, have now put themselves in this corner where they have to side with people that spread the Great Replacement Theory and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that is driving so much violence. Otherwise, they go back on what they already established as anti-Semitism, which is just like students advocating for fewer or no war crimes. And personally, I think war crimes are bad. I think anyone who commits war crimes should be held accountable, no matter what side they're on, what flag they're under. And it's very frustrating. And
Yeah,
as Ash just said in the
other-
chat, me when war crimes are bad.
Yeah, it's interesting. Also, there's something that certain people will do. I'm not saying this is everyone, but when you're talking about war crimes the state of Israel commits, they'll point to war crimes that the United States have committed, and they'll be like, "Oh well, what about this?" And everyone's like, "No, yeah, we're against that too." At what, like, do you think that we are attacking the concept of people being able to just commit war crimes laissez-faire and saying that we ought to be able to do it as well? But we are still keeping up the war crimes on our end with Trump targeting these boats in the Caribbean. And it seems as though he's sending an invasion's worth of ships towards. I feel like that's kind of been out of the media conversation
Yeah.
in the past couple days, that they're sending fucking warships.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, at least Greta Thunberg got detained, so we can
we can all
celebrate
rest easy.
Western democracy is just a little bit safer now that that the IDF had. Wasn't there something that came out the last time they detained Greta and some other group that the IDF was like showing them like twisted snuff film videos,
Holy
like October
cow.
7th footage or something like that?
I don't know.
Huh. Well,
Do you wanna
wouldn't be
hear-
surprising.
Do you want to hear something crazy about the ICE facility that's going on here?
I suppose I do, although I don't want to seem too celebratory.
You want to be like you're learning about this, you're shaking your head the whole time because you don't agree with it.
It's like when you like something on social media and you don't want to send across the message that you like that it happened. Like when there's
Yeah.
a New York Times article about some terrible you want to like it so it goes up in people's algorithms and more people can receive the news. But it's also like weird that is it like liked by Cam? It's like, no, I don't like that happened. But yes, in the pursuit of the truth and information, I want to hear about this ICE facility.
On a quick aside, our field director, I was telling him one of my classes in college was the history of atrocity and genocide, and like the week that every single student in the class had to step out of the room to literally vomit was when we were studying the rape of Nanking, which was a horrific war crime that happened during World War II, that a lot of us, especially in the West, just don't really acknowledge. And so he was like, Kat recommended this book to me, which is like the book about the rape of Nanking, called The Rape of Nanking. And I was like, I don't think I recommended it. But anyways, he'll just like read it in public, and like the entire time he has to be like,
you informed him that there was information that would enlighten him to truths otherwise under discussed.
yes.
Not necessarily recommended.
It's yeah, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't say recommended, but yeah, so this facility, we've been protesting it. I'm sure you saw the footage, all that stuff. So we're having this press conference there tomorrow, and they put up this gate to keep protesters out. It's on a public street. The town of Broadview, the fire department has said it needs to come down because it's a fire hazard. This is a public street. Fire trucks cannot get in, ambulances cannot get in. ICE, because they're incompetent assholes, have they MacGyvered this shit together with handcuffs. Like, it's a gate that's held together with handcuffs. It's pathetic. So this gate is a danger to people. It endangers the families that are trying to like reach their own family members in that facility to bring like medicine or anything. It endangers protesters. There's my cat. It endangers, it's a fire hazard. Ambulances can't get in. It endangers the press, all this stuff. And so they're trying to erect a free speech zone, which is an area away from the gate, which
Holy cow.
is not, like, is already unlawful. And what protesters want is accountability and transparency. They boarded up the windows with plywood, and now they're keeping people even farther with this stupid handcuffed gate. And now they want us to be like, okay, well, like, we don't want to get in the way of ICE's gate that should not be up in the first place. So we'll go in the free speech zone. And my field director, the one reading that book, was like, that implies that all the other zones don't have free speech, which I think
Holy
hits it
cow.
right on
That's
the
what I
money.
was
What are your thoughts?
It's like a smoking area. That's my
Yes.
first thought. I don't want to trivialize the terrible threats that things like this pose, but it brings to mind the video of the person on like a delivery e-bike outrunning ICE when they were chasing him for saying something that they didn't like, and there was just a bunch of these like incompetent goons three stoogesing over each other trying to catch this guy. And there's this larger story right here, and you talking about how it's like weirdly handcuffed together sort of brought this to mind, where as the authoritarianism is strengthening and as the vice grip on freedom in this country is getting tighter, the competence is really plummeting. And the degree to which these people are capable of actually executing on very, very simple forms of law enforcement that used to be pretty common. As we're getting more
Holy
fascist with
cow.
it, the people who are doing it seem to be getting dumber. And you do see in things like the FBI, they're trying to lower and lower and lower the recruitment standards. Because if you're an organization like ICE right now, I don't know how many of the best and brightest are going to want to take part in what you're doing. So you just want people who are going to be obedient, because individuals who have a strong sense of self and love in their heart and everything are just not going to want to be a part of something like this.
Yeah.
So I think that in situations like when you're watching ICE brutalize either you or people in New York City, when you're seeing people like Brad Lander put their bodies on the line to deal with things like this, I do believe that there is a lot of human evil at play here. But I also believe that there is just stunningly, darkly comedic stupidity. And that the line between those things can be very blurry across the board in this administration. It's not just with ICE. There's always this question in
You don't think they're
Trump's
competent?
second. It's like it's the question
You don't think
of
Cash
Trump
Patel is
too.
competent?
Every time something happens, it's like, how often is this bumbling incompetence and how often is this competent fascism? Because I do believe that there are fascist things being done because somebody was stupid. And I also believe there's fascist things being done because somebody is doing this on purpose. And the people doing it on purpose are counting on the stupidity to almost flood the zone and make it harder to identify all of the truly evil and malignant things that are going on. And, you know, especially with what's happening with ICE, it makes me think about how important it is to shine a light on Palantir and what their plans are to up the tech of the surveillance state and
I
make it
love
so.
naming my company after an evil thing in a book that I love.
Wait, what is Palantir?
Yeah, that was like, right? Ja, I've never read Lord of the Rings, but I do know that Peter Thiel
Is
loved.
Palantir a character in Lord of the Rings?
No, it's like it's a place, right? It's like the evil place, right?
Hold on,
I could
I'm
have
looking
sworn
this up.
Yeah, someone said, yeah, I'm right. I know I need to read Lord of
no.
the Rings. I've been wanting to for years. I know that Peter Thiel's obsessed with it. It's an orb. It's an all-seeing orb. Thank you. Not a place, not an
Yeah,
object.
pretty
Wait, you've never
similar to
read it?
crystal
No, I've never
balls.
read it, and I want to.
I can't watch the
Holy
movies because
cow.
there's spiders in them.
I've also never watched the movies. And I know I should, and I want to.
Palantir
You
is
must
a
have just
sea
got
and
here. Cat can't read.
a magical, dark, smooth, spherical artifact given by the elves of Valinor to the men
I have one
of
of those.
Numenor. Yeah, a seeing stone. Yeah, I don't like that. I wish
It's the
I
orb that
didn't.
gives all-seeing surveillance and lets the wizard see anywhere he wants to.
That I mean,
When
to
you're
Peter
creating
Thiel's
a
credit,
good company.
I hate to hand it to Peter Thiel. That is, in fact, what Palantir is. So they were right, I guess. But Thiel is something else. The tears he's been on lately are he keeps on invoking religion in this really scary way. And I kind of do remember an era where even post 2016 Trump, Peter Thiel was a little bit normalized. A lot of these guys that are so sinister right now, and people are recognizing them as sinister. It's interesting to see those of us who recognized early that these people were monsters, like up against those who are kind of reconciling with it just
Holy
now, if
cow.
that makes any sense. I feel like there were some people saying before Trump's second term that he might actually be a little bit calmer and more relaxed in the second term. But no,
Ha.
that does not appear to have been the
Also,
case.
someone in the chat wants to let you know that the spiders only appear on the third movie in just one scene.
Too much for me, sorry.
Asha, do we have
I
some
used
donors to
to-
shout out? Because remember, guys, this is also a fundraising stream, catforillinois.com/stream. I'm not pointing to anything because it's actually in this corner. I know how mirroring works. Can I do it? Can I do it? Am I doing it? No, hold on. There we go. Yeah, that corner. Okay. Okay, catforillinois.com/stream. Give us a holy cow sound and I can just give you a shout out.
Yeah, a lot of the bad guys were using Palantirs. Sorry, I'm still on Wikipedia reading about this.
Jacob S. with a $69 donation. Thank you so much. And nice. Cam, can we get a nice for him?
Yes, because it's your stream, not mine.
Thank you.
Nice.
John K., thank you for your donation. Matthias, you, thank you for your donation. Dominic C., $4.20. Thank you. Andrew C. Cam, we're children here. It's fine. Owen C., thank you for your donation. Sorry, you're mature. KCO, thank you for your donation. Justin M., thank you for your donation. Michael R., thank you for your donation. David G., thank you for your donation again. Justin T. Is that Justin Timberlake?
Yes, exactly.
Justin Timberlake, thank you for your donation.
Walt S.
Walt?
Walt.
Walt S., thank you for your donation.
William B.
William B., thank you for your donation. And Neil J., thank you for your donation. And there's more.
Paul.
Pault?
Paul.
I'm going to take you off camera real quick so I can shout these out. Paul C., thank you for your donation.
Nikolai K.
Nikolai K., thank you for your donation.
Roberto M.
Roberto M., thank you for your donation.
And that's it.
And that's it for now. And now Cam's back. Cam, you're back. How's it going? He really hated saying nice. He wanted to leave. He wanted to log out.
It's just,
He's so grown
you
up.
know, I deal with enough people who are amused by 69 and 420 after the age of 14 in my life. I didn't know that this context was going to bring that as well, but listen, it's for a good cause.
It's for a
so
good
nice.
cause. And look, I think
Nice
that we
for
should
the
have
cause, not
more
for the-
politicians that are willing to think that's funny.
Holy cow.
I'm on late. Who's the woman behind Cat? It's my mom. It's my mommy. My madre. My mom. Also, my cat is here.
Libra.
Where is she? There she is.
What's her name?
Heater with an H, like a space heater.
Oh, I wish I could see her. She's probably so cute.
The heat.
Um,
She's a little
what was I
circle.
gonna say?
Holy cow.
Wow, whoever brought that up about the Palantir really fucked me up. That's so crazy.
Are you just gonna go on a Palantir like rabbit hole tonight?
No, like I don't
So
know.
Peter Thiel's obsessed with Lord of the Rings. I do know that. There's a really good
That's-
Behind the Bastards episode about him. Episodes.
Is that a podcast?
It's a podcast.
Got it. This one fun thing about me is that I am a podcaster and I do it pretty much every day, but I don't listen to podcasts because I think that they're
Same.
boring.
I just don't
Um,
like. I lose track of things when I listen to them unless like a voice really resonates with me. But Behind the
and you,
Bastards, as one of those people, I can tell you that Behind the Bastards is very engaging.
I'll have to take a look.
You don't have to. You
The
don't have
thing
to
is,
pretend you're gonna listen to it.
I like the name. When you're reading a book and you trail off and you kind of you stop paying attention, you could just look on the page and see where you left off.
Hmm.
Whereas if you're listening to an audiobook or a podcast or something and your attention goes elsewhere, you have to like scroll back and try to find it. And at that point, I'm done. I tried to listen to Ezra Klein and Ta-Nehisi Coates mostly because I
Oh,
just
yeah, no.
thought it would be funny to listen to Ezra Klein just like gargle on liberal politics the whole time. And I just got so bored. But I think that's also, I think that that's not just podcasts as a whole. I think that's because it's Ezra Klein. But I don't know. I muted the words Ezra Klein on Twitter so it doesn't appear on my timeline anymore.
Yeah, I think that might be a good choice. I was doing a radio interview, and she's like, "Do you agree with Ezra Klein on?" I was like, "I'm gonna stop you right there. I don't really care what he's thinking. Let's just talk about the topic." I feel like a lot of
I
guys in this
just,
space just kind of miss the point of
I don't like
everything.
to go ad hominem. And this isn't really an attack as much as it is a question. This is an open-ended question, and anyone in the chat is welcome to offer their perspective on it. With that beard, am I supposed to listen? Like, sometimes people's facial hair just does not fit their face. It's the same thing with Andrew Schultz, the I guess formerly MAGA podcaster. He was like a MAGA podcaster, but now he's like shouting out AOC and Zoran every day. So I suppose Andrew Schultz, the rehabilitated podcaster, he has this mustache and it doesn't work. And I'm so offended by it. I wish I could just have a word with him. I would tell him to stay on the right track and keep on shouting out progressives and socialists or whatever. But I'd also tell him it's like, dude, this isn't appropriate. You're a
Yeah.
tax-paying citizen. You need to shave. I'm sorry. It's when I go to a comedy show in Brooklyn and I see the variety of mustaches and soul patches and things there, and I'm like,
One time I went to an open mic in Bushwick, and this is when I was still living in DC, and I was just like somehow at this open mic, and the guy's entire set was just my tweets. And afterwards, I came up to him and just said
did he know
hi.
you? Was he aware that you were there?
No, he had no, because like, why would he? He was just like stealing my tweets. And then afterwards, I was like, hey, and I didn't comment on it at all. I just saw his face go completely white. It was the funniest shit. It was like so weird to watch because like one joke came up and I was like, oh, I made that joke earlier. And then it just kept going. And Ben was like, is he literally just reading off your timeline? And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
verbatim.
Listen, I think we need to stigmatize stand-up comedy. I believe in the First Amendment and everybody, I hold space for everyone's truth. I hold this much space. You can't even see both of my, I hold this much space for everybody's truth. But stand-up comedy, 9 times out of 10, is so painfully unfunny. And especially when you're with like, when you're watching 20 somethings do it, it's so often just a sort of trauma dumping.
Yeah.
And listen, I've got so much trauma that I love to dump everywhere. I've kind of dumped my trauma in many ways on the entire United States. So I'm not anti-trauma dumping necessarily. It's just almost all of the laughing I do at stand-up comedy is in solidarity to make the person who is sharing this terrible thing about their life feel validated. I want to
Yeah.
thank them for opening up to me. And then suddenly it's like a one-way therapy session. And so few people are fine. Didn't you go to a comedy show recently for the campaign, or was it like
We did a
was
comedy
it
show,
improv
and I
show?
did a 30-minute set about Michael Flynn's website where he tries to get you to sell your unvaccinated blood and semen and breast milk in children. And it was a banger. I gotta be real. Y'all should go watch it. It's a 30-minute set.
You did
It's
a
on my YouTube.
30-minute set?
I did a 30-minute set. And like, I don't mean to brag. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I wish the people I've seen try to do a tight five could have taken notes from you. Whose website is this?
It's on my YouTube.
But I'm saying what's the website with the semen and the blood
Oh,
and
it
the
was called For the Pure. So I've been basically planning this as a YouTube video for almost 2 years by the point I finally did this set. Um, I when I was covering the far right, I would go down like these weird little rabbit holes, and then Michael Flynn announced that he was launching a social media website for unvaccinated patriots, and so you could find love and friends and jobs, and also merchandise and events. It was a one-stop shop for America's unvaccinated patriots, and best of all, you could sell your unvaccinated blood and other bodily fluids, including but not limited to semen and breast milk. And so I joined, and it was, huh? So yeah, I joined, and there were like maybe 3 other real accounts on there, and there were like 32 accounts on there total, and they were all bots. And Michael Flynn also didn't have an account, and then they also made me an affiliate, even though I didn't apply to be an affiliate, and they emailed me like 30 times to try to get my social security number, and then I just kept, so I had to sign a virtual blood oath to join, like where it says terms and conditions, like, do you accept these? It's like, do you swear with God as your witness that you've never had the COVID-19 vaccine or any of its boosters? And I was like, sure. So I'm going to hell. And then
You lied on a terms and conditions?
it wasn't terms and conditions. It was a virtual blood oath, Cameron.
Right.
And so I had to pay $17.76 per month. And I was like, I'm going to make a really banging YouTube video on this. And then just people kept not joining. And then I just kept giving him $17.76. And then one month he didn't charge me. And it's because he shut down the website without telling anyone. And so I just proceeded to go insane for months trying to figure out what happened, like tracking down all these business leads and like calling different employers. I contacted Safe Blood, which was their blood partner, which gives unvaccinated blood, fresh or canned, to people that need it. Yeah, anyways, I went insane, and I was going to make a whole YouTube video, but I realized that I would like genuinely lose my mind in both writing, filming, and editing it. And so when we put up this stand-up show, I was like, okay, I know what my set is because I can subject everyone else to it. So it was like a slideshow presentation. Anyways, watch it on YouTube.
Hey, so there's only like 3 or 4 people on this site. Does that mean there's probably not even any real like blood, sperm, and
yeah,
breast
I
milk
wasn't
at
able
all?
to get any unvaccinated sperm. It was really fucked up.
Well, I'm sorry, and so how many months were you? How many 1776s did they get out of you?
8 months.
Well, and you just had to keep going after 4 months. You were like,
I was like, maybe at some point it's going to keep, because like I was worried if I wasn't on there that they would delete the site because there wouldn't be anyone on there. And then I guess they thought 3 people wasn't enough. Someone said, if this is Kat's a commitment to this weird ass org, her commitment to helping constituents is truly going to be next level. I can promise you, I will always do my research, and I am very persistent.
Didn't they make, I feel like I saw something that somebody was trying to make like a right-wing
guys,
dating
donate
app.
to make up for my it was called The Right Stuff, and I managed to infiltrate the first day it opened, even though when it was invite only, and I was like the only woman on the site. And I also did a whole thread on that. You probably read my thread on that. CapreIllinois.com/stream. I could really use that $100 now. Obviously, this won't go to me. It'll go to Asha's paycheck. But CapreIllinois.com/stream. Donate $17.76.
No.
See, that's nice. That's something to which I will say nice.
You'll say nice. Donate $17.76 so that way Cameron can say nice, because Cameron's a true patriot.
Here's some advice to all the right-wing people on this stream who are watching right now. If you want a right-wing dating app, just go on any like Hinge or Tinder or Bumble or whatever, and under political views, just find the guys who say moderate.
Yeah.
Because there's no guy who thinks that you should be allowed to get an abortion who's going to put moderate. Moderate just means I'm conservative, but I know that that's going to make a lot of young women not swipe on me.
Well, here's the thing. There are like no women on these sites. So like I'm
not talking about, wait, on any of the sites?
Well, like on The Right Stuff.
Holy
it was
No, I'm saying you can just go on any regular dating
yeah,
app.
but how
and
are
just
those
see
men
the
going to
guys
find conservative women? Because they're not going to be on there.
My ex-girlfriend, who's very, I think, close in physical proximity to you right now, she's somewhere in Chicagoland area. Um,
Wait, David G just
so
donated
yes,
$17.76. Cameron, you know what that means.
nice. That's nice. Uh, my ex-girlfriend, Ellie, um, was talking to me about like she read something that a lot of conservative women were being really let down by conservative men because conservative women in their worldview wanted a certain type of guy who lived up to a certain standard that these guys who identified as conservatives actually couldn't live up to. A certain type of man who can
They want a
be
traditional wife, but they don't want to be a traditional husband.
yeah, they like they have this dream fantasy of what the old home back in the days of Reagan and in the days of what's another really bad thing I can mention? Segregation. They want their segregation era household, but the dudes can't actually live up to it because none of us have jobs, none of us are normal, all of us are melting our brains away on social media. So there was something, and I'll have to ask Ellie about this. There was something she read about how like conservative women
Don't post it.
were avoiding conservative guys on the dating apps because the conservative guys expected a lot out of the women and could not meet the expectation themselves.
Sorry, there was drama going on in the background.
Oh,
I
I'm
hope
just
that
talking.
Cameron's tangent was great. CapRillinois.com/stream if you want to show us that Cameron's tangent was great and hear a nice $17.76. Everyone show up at our press conference tomorrow at 1930 Beach Street at the Broadview Detention Center and show that the community does not stand with ICE. It stands with the people. Oh, wait, do you want to know one more cool thing about For the Pure?
Oh,
So
there's more.
there was a job board. There's a lot of stuff. Once again, 30-minute set. There was a job board and it had like 8 jobs, and one was to be like a pool cleaner in Florida. Another was to be a pool cleaner in Florida. Another was to be an assistant in Florida.
Holy
Another was
cow.
to do something else in Florida. And then there were some remote jobs for a little organization called Children's Health Defense, which is RFK Jr., our current HHS secretary's anti-vax charity. And they were advertising on Michael Flynn's Blood and Cum site. And my mom seemed surprised at this, which shows she didn't watch my set. Wow.
My grandfather is a pool cleaner in Florida. My grandfather, Dave,
Did he get
cleans.
his job from For the Pure?
I don't think so. I think he's been doing this like since he got out of prison. So over a decade now, he's been cleaning pools in Florida. But I don't think he got the job on For the Pure. But I guess I'll have to ask. So this was like a holistic site. This wasn't just the purchasing of
No, it
bodily
was a
fluids.
one-stop shop. It was supposed to change how unvaccinated patriots can be on the internet.
And I love that. And I hope they all get vaccinated. This is me being woke. I'm bringing woke back for the evening at 9:46 Eastern Time, 8:46 Central, and saying, I think those people ought to reconsider.
um, uh, Everything's weird and bad sometimes, right?
Well, now that For the Pure is down, yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, we
Now that
just don't have it anymore. I feel so lost.
people like us, yeah. But let me ask. Sorry,
Please.
I was gonna say I was talking about the conservatives trying to date other conservatives and it not
Mhm.
working phenomena. I'm curious your take on this because I've been having this conversation with a bunch of people lately.
Mhm.
Could you be in a romantic relationship with somebody who is like really, and I mean really, into politics?
Holy cow.
Depends on how. So like I'm in a relationship with someone who is also a disinformation reporter, which means like we have the exact same like sickness in our brain. Like before Dan Bongino was, the deputy FBI director, he was just like a guy in like on InfoWars and Fox News. And whenever we'd say Dan Bongino, no one knew what the fuck we were talking about. Like whenever I would go on dates with people or like maybe start a relationship, I'd have to provide all this lore anytime I wanted to talk about things. And that was a lot of
Dan
work. And then I
Bongino being
started
Laura.
dating, yeah, and then I started dating Ben, and it was like, oh, I can mention Dan Bongino, and all is good. He already knows what I'm talking about, and so it's I don't like. I dated some people that thought they were really, really into politics, and they'd be like, "Do you know who Lauren Boebert is?" And it was like, my brother in Christ. I watch Fox News for a living. Stop.
Yeah, I'm kind of
It like
trying to
depends on
figure
how
this
they're
out.
in. Like if they actually want to do things, or if they just want to like say stuff. I don't know. Well, how about you?
Uh, I don't know because I feel as though I'm setting a little too specific standard, and I don't know if I will ever be satisfied if this continues to be my standard. But honestly, I've met a bunch of people where it's kind of worked out, so maybe I should keep it up. Basically, I cannot be with someone who like is not paying attention. I
Yep.
cannot be with someone who
Yes,
does not have a
absolutely.
sense of what's going on.
I just
Absolutely
don't want to
not. It
date
would
debate a debate. I don't want to date a debate kid. I guess is what I'm saying. Like I want someone that
definitely
like knows what's happening and like cares very deeply about it and is like politically aware and aware of the news, but like not someone that's like their whole personality is talking about politics exclusively and
okay,
also
so
like trying to like debate you.
this is not at all a dig to you and
Mhm.
to your
Feels like
truth.
you're gonna
This
say
is
something
just
mean.
no, 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 no. This is just my situation. Everybody's different. Everybody wants different things. I am looking for someone who I can talk about what's going on with. Maybe I'll have a question for them. Maybe they'll have a question for me. That's great. That's normal. That's healthy. But I would love to be able to not talk about the news for like an hour before bed. That's what
Yes.
I need. I
Bingo.
need
Bingo bongo.
And when it's someone who, because I fucking have to look at this shit all day and I really take no pleasure in it. It is not a fun thing. It is
Yes.
not something in which I indulge. I feel like there's some people, especially in like the political media podcastery space, I'm not going to name names. I feel like there's some people who have this kind of love of the game where like even when really fucked up shit is going on, they're so locked into the
Yes.
game of this, the game of
And it's like real
not
people
throwing.
are being hurt right now. Like
Yeah, and it's not like they want it to happen. It's
right.
not like they are sick people who want individuals to get hurt. But when they see a piece of news, the first thing their mind goes to is, what does this mean for the game? Not
Right.
what are the human consequences of this? And I'm sure you know people as well in the political media space where it's like the political media space has invaded their conscience and
Yes.
they've almost lost touch with the fact that this shit is real and actually happening. And I I'm not going to get too far into certain topics and how I feel about it, but like I
Because you're
think
not
that
political.
because I'm not political, I don't get political. But if I can find someone who has that feeling about things and looks at things from the emotional perspective, then like that's what I want. But if it's somebody who's like a policy wonk, who like
Yes.
no, I can I can handle someone who knows what the abundance book is. I can't be with someone who's read it. You know,
That's so real. I
I can be with someone who listens to like 1 to 3 podcasts a week, not more than that.
yes, like when you talked about not talking for an hour before bed about politics, that's very real. So I every night before bed, I show Ben a bunch of cats that I saved on my phone and we look at little animals and we're like, "Oh, that's so nice." And if I went to bed just thinking about work and the horrors, I wouldn't sleep ever. And that's hard because I'm narcoleptic. Like I'm usually sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your eye bleach? Everyone, someone in the comments said, "What's everybody's eye bleach?" Mine is little animals on the internet,
Oh, eye
and
bleach
also
as in
heater.
like the thing that
Yeah,
helps you.
and those little cats.
Oh, I would say baseball, but only when my team wins. Um, eye bleach. Uh, my corny answer is like texts from people I love.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
sweet.
I would say is like whether that's friends of mine from high school or whatever my current life is or my family or whatever that norm because I don't know, there's something very calming about talking to people who have a conscience and care, but are not like locked into shit.
Yeah.
Like my mom is knows what's up in the world and cares about people, and but my mom is not fucking refreshing fucking No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And like, I have high school friends who call me and text me with questions about things that are going on, and it's sort of a huge pain in the ass, but I just know that I can count on them to have a normal conversation with me.
Yeah.
And I have some friends who are the victims of tragic and traumatic violence where I make a point on the anniversaries of those instances to just text them about a bunch of random bullshit so they can know that as their phone is getting flooded with thinking of you today, there's at least one conversation they can have as if it's just another fucking day in their life and as if life is
Yeah.
moving on. But like, yeah, I guess my eye bleach is just those people I can count on to like know that I am gonna be talking about this anyway, probably on camera, probably soon, and therefore are willing to take those moments. I mean, you probably get a trillion texts including pre-congressional run, whenever something like big happened in politics, everyone
Yes.
you're just their politics friend. Like, oh,
Yes.
you're the friend they go to for politics. So Trump gets shot, my phone blows up with people being like, "Did you see that?" No, I didn't fucking see that. I had no idea. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
People would text me like, "Did you have thoughts about the VP debate?" It's like, yeah, I had several. I hope you had some yourself.
Well, Cameron, thank you so much for being on tonight. I'm going to spend the last 5 minutes of the stream being an auctioneer, so I'm going to let you go. Oh my God, balloons. Look at those balloons. That's so cool.
Does that happen when you do a peace sign?
Oh, yeah, I'm not on a Mac.
Okay.
All right. Well, I loved your balloons, and thank you for being here, friend.
Thank you for having me. Have a good night.
Have a good
Everybody go to
night.
the website and shit like that. Bye.
Go website. Bye. All right. So I just said what we're going to do. CatForIllinois.com/stream, y'all. We got 5 minutes. If you want a shout out, at CatForIllinois.com/stream, you got to donate at CatForIllinois.com/stream. Let's have $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. I can keep counting, Asha.
You can keep counting.
$6, $7.
Pick a number and
Pick a number, and I will say it.
put some.
I have music on. It's just really quiet. This camera was talking. How about that? CatForIllinois.com/stream. I haven't heard a holy cow in like 5 minutes. Holy cow, holy cow, holy cow. How much did you say was the single person contribution limit? No reason. It is $7,000, $3,500 for the primary, $3,500 for the general. But please do not feel pressured. You can donate $1, $2, $3, $5. Our average donation of $32. Maybe even $33 if you want to go an extra mile. CatForIllinois.com/stream. Let's hear a holy cow, y'all. What was that, Asha?
Everybody in the chat is
I can count, but I can't read. This is what we know. CatForIllinois.com/stream. CatForIllinois.com/STREAM. I can spell, but I can't read. CatForIllinois.com/stream. I still don't hear a single holy cow. I feel kind of slighted here. How high can I count? At least to $32, which is our average donation. How high can I read? At least to $32, because that's our average donation. CatForIllinois.com/stream. We're trying to prove that you can do fundraising in a different way.
Cow.
There we go. There's a holy cow. That was someone that donated CatForIllinois.com/stream.
Let me go through this.
All right, we got some 1776s to shout out.
Anthony,
Anthony C. Nice.
David G, who we already shouted
David G, who we already shouted out, but still nice.
Alex
Alex
G.
G, $17.76. Thank you so much. Nice. CatForIllinois.com/stream. I need to like learn how to do the auctioneer voice. Yeah, that. Asha, do you want to come do it on the mic? All right, Asha's gonna do an auctioneer voice. We want to hear CatForIllinois.com/stream. Donate for Asha's auctioneer voice. There we go. Auctioneer.
Auctioneer. There we go.
There we go.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight? How are we doing tonight? How are we doing tonight? Are we seeing any donations? Donations here, CatForIllinois.com/. I hear myself in my headphones, so it's like not good. Alrighty, are we seeing any donations in the chat? Are we getting any hello, holy cows in the chat? Hello, holy cows, holy cows, holy cows. What's up, chat? Yes, stream link over the chat. Hello, yes. How is my auctioneer voice, chat?
Auctioneer voice is tough, lol.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Holy cow.
There we go, we got a holy cow. Thank you so much, y'all. $1, $2, $3. Asha, it's time to start doing our last shout outs for the night. If you want a shout out, you can do so at capitalluna.com/stream. Once we are finished with these shout outs, we will not be shouting out anyone else for the night. So get yours out, capitalluna.com/stream. Asha, hit me. Roberto M, thank you so much for your donation. Isaac J, thank you so much for your donation. Buy again with $134.32. Hell yeah, thank you so much. Benjamin B, thank you so much for your donation. Andy B, thank you so much for your donation. Zoya, thank you so much for your donation. Glad to see you here. Michael T, thank you so much for your donation. Robert H, thank you so much for your donation. Another refresh because we got 2 other holy cows. It might be late, holy cows. What time is Broadview tomorrow? 9 a.m., 1930 Beach Street. Come to our press conference. Tell your elected leaders to come to our press conference. 1930 Beach Street, 9 a.m. Come hang. I personally don't like ice. And we heard one more holy cow. Heater, heater, pumpkin eater. That is so true. So true. She does look like a pumpkin because she's orange and she's a little circle. Dominic, thank you so much for telling your reps to come to 1930 Beach Street tomorrow for our press conference at 9 a.m. where we demand accountability, transparency, and for the fence to come down. Will the press conference be streamed? Yes, I will be streaming it on YouTube. Are you streaming again tomorrow? I'm streaming on Sunday. Although we will be streaming the press conference for those who want to see. Also, press will be there, ideally, because it's a press conference.
Holy cow.
We're getting some more holy cows. Update, update, update. Can I see it? Oh. Bo H, thank you so much for your donation. Josh, thank you so much for being Broadview tomorrow morning for the first time. Can't wait to see you. Come say hi. I got a cute little navy dress, which is obviously the most important part of this. My mom's. My mom gave it to me.
Holy cow.
All right, we got our total for today. Let's see. Wash up. Huh?
Holy cow.
Pepper rolls come off. Pepper rolls wash off. I've learned that. All right, here's our total for today. Amazing, guys. We raised $2,819. Once again, better than call time, and that's thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. Holy cow, and I'll see you on Sunday. Or if you're in the Chicago area, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning, 1930 Beach Street at 9 a.m. See you later.